Yo, what's going on? Mike from Mike Talk Sports. Jordan Poole has really been struggling for the Warriors as of late and in this playoff series early against the Kings. Let me tell you guys why Jordan Poole simply just does not fit in this Warriors system anymore. Make no mistake about it, Jordan Poole was one of the main catalysts of a championship run last year for the Golden State Warriors. When Steph Curry late in the season went down with injury, Jordan Poole really stepped it up, averaging 18 points a game to 26 points a game when Steph Curry was out late in that season. Steph Curry was really banged up going into round one of last year's playoffs, and Jordan Poole really stepped up to the plate, averaging over 20 points per game for an entire series. Jordan Poole ended up having a solid rest of the playoffs last year, and even though he didn't put up crazy stats in the NBA Finals against the Celtics, he shot 38.5% from the three-point arc, which really helped space the floor for the Golden State Warriors system to thrive. In response of this, the Golden State Warriors organization gave Jordan Poole a big extension that kicks in next season, so this season it was expected for Jordan Poole to make a significant jump. That simply did not happen this season for Jordan Poole. So this year he played all 82 games for the Golden State Warriors. He started in 43 games, which is a really important note. In a minute, I'll explain why. In 30 minutes per game, he's averaged 20.4 points per game, 3.1 turnovers a game, 4.5 assists per game on 43% from the field, 33.6% from three on 7.8 attempts per game. This championship Golden State Warriors team were expected to be one of the most dangerous offenses in the entire league. Not only did you have Steph Curry coming back fully healthy, but you also had Klay Thompson fully healthy as well to start the season. And then you had Jordan Poole, someone who was really good for you last year, actually coming off the bench. Potentially the sixth man of the year. He was the favorite heading into this year for the sixth man of the year award. That obviously did not come true as he ended up starting a good amount of games due to injury. But when I say there is a drastic difference between starter Jordan Poole and bench player Jordan Poole, sixth man Jordan Poole, it's absolutely incredible. And the only thing I can chalk it up to be is a mental block in Jordan Poole's confidence. Every single time he's in the starting lineup, he plays absolutely incredible and balls out. Every single time he's not in the starting lineup, he legitimately plays terrible and extremely inefficiently. In very similar minutes per game this season, coming off the bench and starting. Coming off the bench, he averages 16 points per game this season on really bad efficiency. This year, starting, he averages almost 26 points per game. There is a 10-point per game difference with Jordan Poole starting and Jordan Poole coming off of the bench with a very negligible difference in the minutes per game. Again, the only thing I can honestly chalk this up to be is really the Golden State Warriors, one, running their system around Jordan Poole when he's in the starting lineup, his inability to really be a good off-ball player and a player that works off of other superstars. He's a guy who really needs to have the ball in his hands in order to succeed. Is he good on some catch and shoot opportunities? Of course he is, but he's not the level that Steph Curry and Klay Thompson are in terms of creating their own shot off the ball, running around ball screens, and having incredible off-ball movement. That's really the main point of this video. Jordan Poole is not a good off-ball mover, and he's not that good of an off-ball player, despite having some pretty good catch-and-shoot metrics off of the catch and shoot when he's moving off ball. Even though the metrics are there, he simply just does not do it at a high level. In my opinion, the story in the history books of this Golden State Warriors run with Steve Kerr at the helm is going to be Steve Kerr bringing over that San Antonio Spurs offense and that system and that mindset of off-ball movement. We're not going to have one guy averaging 9 assists per game, 8 assists per game, 10 assists per game. Every single starter on the court is going to average about 4 or 5 assists per game. We're all going to move the ball around. Does Steph Curry have an incredible handle? Can he beat guys off the dribble? Can he be this great isolation player? Yes, he can, but that's not what we're primarily going to use Steph Curry to do. He's going to run off of ball screens. He's going to have 3, 4, 5 picks set for him in a matter of 1 to 2 minutes, and we're just going to absolutely be relentless with our off-ball movement. We're going to have Draymond Green at the center, really being that power forward point guard role out of the post, making all of the great passes in the world, and this is how we're going to run our team, and this is how we're going to run our offense, and we're going to have extremely high effort, switch everything defense, and this is how we're going to win games. And this is really the inherent problem with Jordan Poole. You need to be so decisive and have such a high basketball IQ in order to succeed in the Steve Kerr system, and that's something that Jordan Poole has really struggled with, especially this season. The turnovers have been absolutely atrocious from Jordan Poole this season. Per game averages, I alluded to it, he averages 3.1 turnovers a game. That's 16th in the league for turnovers per game, which is really high for a player only getting 30 minutes per game coming off of the bench. When you want to look at his totals instead of his averages, he has the 4th most turnovers this season out of any NBA player. He's turning it over at such a high frequency. He has over 90 turnovers that are unforced turnovers this season, meaning the defense had nothing to do with the play. Jordan Poole simply had a bad pass that went out of bounds. He dribbled the ball off of his foot. He just had a ghost phantom defender take the ball from him. That's basically been the story of Jordan Poole's season this year. I had a James Wiseman video, and I really talked about how Steve Kerr and the Steve Kerr Warrior system is so unforgiving to young players because it demands such high IQ and such quick decisiveness with the play, and that's something that Jordan Poole has simply struggled with. Jordan Poole seems as though he's more of a fit on the Houston Rockets than he is the Golden State Warriors at this system. Do I think Jordan Poole is a good player? Yes, I do. I really do think Jordan Poole is a good player. I just think he simply does not fit on this Golden State Warriors team. Either A, the Golden State Warriors are going to have to start to switch their perspective on certain players and what they look for in players, and more specifically, start to switch up their scheme a little bit so it's a little bit less taxing on the mind and a little bit less demanding of the young players. Or quite simply, Jordan Poole is going to have to find a new destination, especially if the Golden State Warriors bring back Draymond Green. It is very clear 1 in every 3, 1 in every 4 Warriors game, Steph Curry gets visibly upset with Jordan Poole, or Draymond Green gets visibly upset with Jordan Poole. If the leader and the glue guy of your team does not like you whatsoever, then in my opinion, it really is tough to stay with that organization if you're Jordan Poole. Again, I like Jordan Poole. I think he's a good player, but in my opinion, he just really needs to reel it in. Maybe go on a bad team for a couple years, learn how to be the primary option, and learn what it really takes to win as the primary option, even though he really has had a great opportunity to do so, considering he has been with the Golden State Warriors, the best dynasty of the 21st century for the NBA. Thanks for listening, guys. Let me know what your thoughts in the comment section below are on Jordan Poole. Is he a Warrior for life, or is he gone in a couple of years? Thanks for listening, guys.